Again, for this applicant, the portal access is chosen as standard. Again, that is by default. If you need to change it, you can, or provide no portal. Let's create the applicant and add this applicant to the case. Now, the next step is to add the attorney. Here we have the law firm ID that we created. This is the ID that we have, the user ID, and also the attorney that is shown by default. If you have multiple attorneys, you can select from them. But here we have one attorney, and that is the attorney we want to use. Okay, we created all three. If you want, you can add a relative. This is going to show here, and it is just for your reference. Okay, so once all these three entities are added, you can create the case. In some cases, you may not need the petitioner, then you'll have only two entities, attorney and applicant. Okay, so let's create the case. So once the case is created, you will see all the details, the case summary here. You see the case number, the type of the case, and what is the who is the petitioner, who is the applicant, and remaining items are blank because we did not feed in all that information. As the case progresses, you will see all this filled out. Which attorney it is assigned to, case billing, if you had set up that case billing, and it will automatically show there. You also see the case members here. You can, if you need to communicate with applicant and petitioner, you can by simply clicking on this. And here you see the activity and the messaging. You see that the case is created for this particular applicant, and you see that notification here. Okay. Also, we see several tabs here. These tabs have different links in it, like we can go over each, but all these tabs have been added to the links here. In the case links, you will see whatever you see here will be shown also here, and we'll go over each of these links in our videos. To complete the case, we would need to go to the questionnaires, complete the questionnaires, and generate the forms. So that is what we want to do in the first case. We just want to get to the forms and generate the forms. We go to the integrated view. That is where the questionnaires are. Now here we have all the questionnaires related to this particular case organized by applicant, petitioner, and attorney. So what happens is we start with the applicant and we complete the questionnaires. Once everything is complete, we'll go to the next step. So what happens is once we complete this, we'll come back. Let's say we have completed some information here. What I did is I completed the applicant information, the first screen, and once we are done, we can click on save and next, and what will happen is this one will be saved, and you will see the green bar show up, which indicates that we have saved that information. So it moves to the next tab and we continue feeding in all the information. So once all the information for the applicant is completed, we go to the petitioner and then we'll go to the attorney that way. Now, how these questionnaires are organized? We organize the questionnaires for applicant and petitioner. We first have the relatively permanent information about the applicant or petitioner in their profile tab, and then as we progress towards right, we ask the questions which are facts for that entity, that is applicant, like in this case. So when we get to the case specific questionnaires, like in this case we have I-130, I-131 and 485, we have already asked the questions that probably are needed in all these forms, And when we come to these tabs, we have very few questions left which are not answered. So any question that we ask once, we do not ask again. We try to take that and then use it in every other place that is required. Anything which is a case specific question and not a fact for applicant or petitioner, we move those questions to the attorney profile, and attorney will have complete control of how to manage or answer those questions. And when the applicant or petitioner has access to their portal, they will see all these tabs so they can answer the questions, and attorney will see their answered questions in real time on this screen. Attorney has all the power to modify it if needed. Okay. Once all the questions are completed, we will click on generate PDF forms. Once everything is completed for the attorney, petitioner, and applicant, we will generate the case forms by clicking on generate completed PDF forms. When we click on that, we come here and we click on compile case data. The ones that is completed, you will see the forms show up here. Now once you have the forms, you can verify by clicking on this form here, view PDF, and you will see the information populated based on the answers that we provided in the questionnaire.